The sun was rising through the clouds. The sunlight began to fill Bella's room through the parted curtains. It was a warm sunny day, and Bella was starting to wake up. Today was an exciting day for her. She had become the face of a global brand, and today was the day of her shoot. She got out of bed and went to wash her face. While washing her face, she saw the shampoos she had placed in the hotel bathroom. They smelled nice. She wanted to use them while taking a shower. Shortly after, there was a knock on the door. It was room service. They had brought avocado salad for her breakfast. She had her breakfast and knew she needed to take a quick shower as the special team would arrive soon to take her to the shooting location. She quickly jumped into the shower. She grabbed one of the shampoos from the hotel. While washing her hair, she felt like her hair was falling more than usual. She thought it was nothing serious. She quickly finished her shower, got dressed, and started waiting for the team. 10 minutes later, the team arrived to take her to the shooting location. Accompanied by special security, she got into the car, and they set off for the location. When they arrived at the shooting location, Bella couldn't believe her eyes. There were so many people. Lots of cameras, production crew, editing crew, all working intensely. Mr. Alex was approaching her with a smile from afar. He greeted Bella kindly and took her to his trailer to prepare for the shoot. There was a hair team, a makeup team, and a costume team to prepare Bella for the shoot. Bella began to feel like a princess. When the hair team arrived, Bella's hair looked more damaged than it actually was. Bella blamed herself for using that shampoo. Fortunately, the hair team overlooked this and managed to transform Bella's hair from that terrible state to a fabulous one. The makeup team came next. After a long makeup session, Bella couldn't even recognize herself in the mirror. The makeup was fantastic. The costume team quickly prepared Bella, and she was now ready for the shoot. The director of the shoot, Mr. Alex, showered Bella with praises. Bella now felt like she was on cloud 9. The editing team came and explained to Bella what would happen next. Mr. Alex was also there to support Bella on what she needed to do. Finally, the complicated events were over, and the shoot began. The shoot, including Mr. Alex, was quite long and exhausting for everyone. Things were constantly going wrong, and they had to restart the shoot multiple times. But despite all the setbacks, they managed to finish the first part of the shoot. When Bella returned to her hotel room, she realized how exhausted she was. She changed her clothes and lay down on her bed. She was eager to sleep. Suddenly, she heard a noise. She startled. She looked around but saw nothing. She thought it might be coming from outside. She was so tired that she couldn't bear it anymore and fell asleep. While Bella was sleeping, she saw one of the night lamps suddenly turn off. With sleepy eyes, she tried to understand what was happening. There was nothing around. She couldn't understand why the lamp had turned off. She started to get scared. Suddenly, she saw a shadow in the distance. As Bella searched for something to defend herself, the shadow jumped on her quickly. Now that shadow was on top of Bella, covering her mouth with one hand, preventing her from screaming. At the same time, he had a knife pressed against Bella's throat. Bella couldn't even hear her own scream. She tried to free herself, but the man was so strong that Bella's struggles were futile. She received a hard blow to her head and passed out. She woke up when someone knocked on her door in the morning. She woke up in astonishment. Her head was throbbing. She saw that both of her lamps were on. Then she remembered what happened yesterday. She was stunned. Was it just a nightmare? Were the experiences real? The knocking on the door for the second time dispersed these thoughts, and she headed towards the door. She thought it was room service. As soon as she opened the door, a man dressed in a long coat, a brown cap, and black leather gloves pushed her against the wall and ran towards the window at the end of the room, broke the window, and jumped down. 5 police officers who were chasing the man burst into Bella's room. The bloodstains on the floor indicated the direction the man had gone. One of the police officers went to the window and described the direction the man had gone to the other police officers on his radio. Bella was still leaning against the wall in shock. One of the police officers stood in front of her, stating that he was a witness and needed to take her statement and explaining the procedures to be followed in the incident. But Bella was frozen. She couldn't even hear what the policeman was saying. Finally, the police officer shook her gently by the shoulders to see if she heard him. Bella managed to say yes, barely. The police officer understood that she was shocked and gave her some time to compose herself. When Bella regained her composure and came to her senses, The crime scene investigation team had already arrived in her room. They were collecting DNA samples from the bloodstains on the floor and trying to determine the shoe number of the culprit from the shoe prints on the ground. The senior police officer, who was one of the first to enter her room, asked Bella if she had any connection to the culprit, if she saw his face, and described him if she did, and asked a few procedural questions. Bella tried to answer all the questions as best as she could. Shortly after, the team responsible for taking her came to the door. They looked at the police officers in surprise, trying to understand what was going on. Bella's interrogation was already over at that time. Bella quickly grabbed a few things to change and moved to her new assigned room. She got dressed quickly and didn't keep the team waiting for long. Later, they set off to shoot the second part of the film. When they arrived at the shooting location, Bay Alex welcomed Bella again. But Bella looked so tired and sleepless that Bay Alex couldn't help but ask what had happened. Except for the nightmare she saw yesterday or the real incident, Bella explained everything that had happened to her. She described how a criminal entered her room, how the police interrogated her, and how the crime scene investigation team came to her room in detail. Bay Alex was very sorry for what happened to her and said they could postpone the shoot if she wanted. But Bella refused Bay Alex's offer as she thought she was well enough to shoot the second part. The hair team, makeup team, and costume team came to Bella. They accompanied Bella to her trailer. Meanwhile, one of the team members brought her a special salad as Bella hadn't eaten anything since morning. Bella began to feel much better after eating her salad. The hair team started preparing Bella while she was eating her salad. After the hair team, the makeup team managed to hide Bella's tired face even more. Finally, after the costume team prepared Bella, she was ready for the shoot. The editing team and Bay Alex explained to Bella what she needed to do before the shoot started. The shoot began. Bella was performing her role exactly as Bay Alex wanted, and she was pleased with her work. She believed that she would be proud of herself when this job was over. The second part of the shoot ended earlier than the first part. It was time for Bella to return to the hotel. While returning to the hotel with the team, the events of the morning passed through Bella's mind like a movie. Later, she remembered what happened at night. She wondered if it was really just a bad dream or real. What she experienced seemed very realistic, but there was no problem with the lamps when she woke up in the morning. She thought she felt this way due to exhaustion from the intense days she had. Maybe it was just a bad dream after all. When they arrived at the hotel, Bella moved to her new room. The hotel staff had already placed her belongings in her room. There were gifts from different brands in her room. There was a new shampoo and conditioner set, lipsticks, face masks, and skincare serums. After this exhaustion, Bella decided to take a good shower. She grabbed a few skincare serums and the shampoo conditioner set from the brands and went to the bathroom. Her hair was quite damaged from the shoot. After applying the hair conditioner, she rinsed her hair. After coming out of the bathroom, she used the skincare serums. Now she could sleep clean. As Bella headed towards her bed, her face started itching excessively. This was an unexpected situation. Bella went back to the bathroom and saw her face bright red in the mirror. It must have been from the serums she used. She quickly washed her face. When she looked in the mirror again, she noticed something different this time. Her hair was sticking to her blouse. Bella put her hand on her hair, and a moment later, a high-pitched scream echoed in the bathroom. Bella's hair was falling out in handfuls. Bella couldn't understand what was happening. She rushed to call her manager. As she was about to call her manager, she suddenly collapsed to the ground. When Bella opened her eyes, she saw that she was handcuffed to her bed. She was wearing a white garment. After a while, Bay Alex, who was now a nurse, entered her room and brought Bella her medication with a glass of water. Bella was severely schizophrenic and was staying in the hospital.